Marcus had walked past the narrow storefront 100 times without noticing it. But on that particular Tuesday, when the rain had forced him to duck under awnings and really look at the street, he saw it. Penrose and Sons Rare Books, painted in fading gold letters on the window. The bell chimed as he entered, and the smell hit him immediately. Old paper, leather, and something else he couldn't quite place. Cinnamon, maybe? The shop was impossibly deep, stretching back into shadows that the weak overhead bulbs couldn't quite penetrate. "Can I help you find something?" The voice came from a woman perched on a rolling ladder, her grey hair tied back with what looked like a typewriter ribbon. "Just browsing," Marcus said automatically. "No one just browses here." She descended the ladder with surprising agility. "This isn't that kind of shop." "What do you need?" The question struck him as odd. But before he could deflect, he found himself answering honestly. "I need to know what happened to my sister." The woman studied him for a long moment, then disappeared between the shelves. Marcus stood there wondering why he'd said that, why he'd told a stranger about Emma's disappearance 3 years ago, about how she'd vanished from her apartment with her phone, wallet and keys still on the counter. The woman returned with a slim volume bound in blue cloth. "This one. What is it?" "The book you need." She pressed it into his hands. "No charge, but you have to return it when you're done." Marcus opened it. The pages were blank. "I don't understand." But when he looked up, he was standing on the sidewalk in the rain. The storefront was gone. In its place was a Vietnamese restaurant he'd eaten at just last week. That night, alone in his apartment, Marcus opened the book again. This time, words were appearing on the page as he watched. Forming sentences in handwriting he recognized immediately as Emma's. "Marcus, if you're reading this, you found the shop. Good. I can't come back yet, but I need you to know I'm okay. I'm not lost. I'm looking for something. Do you remember the map Dad used to keep in his study? The one of places that don't exist anymore? Start there." The words faded as soon as he finished reading them. Marcus sat in the dark, his heart pounding. He hadn't thought about their father's map in decades. It had been burned in the house fire that killed their parents when Emma was 12 and Marcus was 17. Except Emma had been obsessed with it. She'd talked about it constantly in those weeks before she vanished, claiming she'd found something hidden in it, a pattern no one else had ever noticed. Marcus grabbed his laptop and started searching. If Emma was leaving him breadcrumbs, he would follow them. And somehow, he knew that blank blue book would fill with more of her handwriting when he needed it most.
The rain continued falling outside, but Marcus barely noticed. For the first time in 3 years, he had hope and a mystery stranger than anything he could have imagined.